This your boy King Eric the Great from Off the Cuff Radio, hitting y'all with another video for today. And my topic for this today is, do you guys feel that the industry is blackballing Westside Gunn, Conway the Machine, and Griselda Records? The reason I asked that question is, first of all, I read this post on the Collie, which I post on as well. You could check it. You could check the dialogue there out. But what made me kind of realize this is, first of all, these guys have built a solid following. They have built a core fan base of people who appreciate that hardcore, grimy, ice pick music that was missed. Because I'm going to be real, when I first heard of Westside Gunn and Conway, I kind of felt that energy that these guys had from Mobb Deep, from Boot Camp in a way, even though Boot Camp is more like hippity hop. But it was more so that Wu-Tang Mobb Deep vibe that these guys have brought to the table. That cold winter ice pick, burnt biscuits music. And another thing that caught me off guard about these guys is that they know how to mix wrestling lingo with it, and it's fly. And most importantly, these guys also pay homage to the greats above them. They're not on no arrogant shit where they're just saying, yeah, we better than Wu-Tang, we the new Wu-Tang, or we're the new Mobb Deep. Raekwon and Prodigy have actually gave these guys their props, and Ray actually passed these dudes the torch. And you would think that, considering how a lot of New York outlets are often complaining about nobody's restoring the feeling, where's real hip-hop at, where's that real grimy hip-hop at that we missing from the 90s, these guys are it. But for some strange reason, you don't see them getting behind these guys like they should. Then you also got guys like Trey Pizzy in Japan. You don't see these guys, you don't see these New York outlets getting behind them either. These are the two hardest crews in New York. And I know there's many that I'm missing right now, but I want to focus mainly on why I feel Gunn and Conway is catching some brunt. And one of the main reasons being, I feel, it ain't even because of their talent. Because a lot of groups have come in trying to come off the Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, early East Coast hardcore sound. It just didn't pop off. But this is the main reason, and I feel that this has become a daring struggle for Westside Gunn, is the whole Hitler Wear Helm series. This is the main reason why these guys are going to continue to go through the headaches. They're going to continue to go through the struggles, and they're going to continue to go through getting their music out there. Now, we, as in following their music, we understand the meaning behind Gunn on why he chooses the name title. But when you have people that are just being introduced to them, because they signed a deal with Shady, which is now their distributor, they're going to have a hard time getting that look out there because of that alone. Because understand, the majority of the industry execs are either gay or either Jewish. And so you got this dude coming in, basically looking like he's glorified Hitler. They're not going to really push that line on getting them records out there, which is why every time you notice that he tries to release the Hitler Wears Helms mixtapes, he's catching a lot of flack. He's catching a lot of heat. So the question remains is, what does he do from there? He signed a distributor with Shady, but Shady's not really pushing it like he should. I think it's fear of that backlash. They definitely have a following. They definitely have a solid following. These dudes could put out physicals and niggas will buy it. The Supreme Blind Tale, the Chris Benoit album, sold well for an independent. Conway, he puts out music every other month. Benny the Butcher, he's one of the nastiest they have. He definitely has next. That man right there has potential to be one of the biggest breakouts of 2019. I can see that right there. But Gunn and Conway, they're doing it. They're the best at what they're doing right now. Like, they know how to reinvent that sound without revisiting that sound and trying to come off like they're trying to copy some stuff. They know how to put a fresh little twist to it, which is what Granger Beats does. Like, he doesn't really completely bite off a lot of them old sounds. But this is the main issue with Gunn, is the whole Hitler Wear Him series is gonna leave them kind of in a loophole in terms of going further. So a lot of people are asking him to, or either asking him or suggesting that they dead that series and just focus on something new. But that's a part of what made them who they are. So this is the conflict of interest that they have to deal with now. And I feel that this is where a lot of people mess up. They believe that shady is the way to go. To be honest with you, it's not that way no more, because let's be real, the Eminem that was once controversial, that was once pushing the buttons, he's no longer here. Eminem is pretty much 47 years old. He don't really have that lightning rod within him like he did in his 20s to push that line. And plus, we live in a politically correct era where people are afraid to take chances. And Eminem is at 47 years old, and he had to put out another album to keep himself afloat. So for him to be able to try to push these guys, which is very unpredictable, music-wise, creative-wise. I know probably Jimmy Iovine looked at M like, who the hell are these guys? You think we're going to push this and they pushing Hitler? These niggas, they glorifying Hitler. And you seen some of the crazy covers, like the Chris Benoit cover. Like, you put basically a serial killer with a third eye, and you don't give no explanation about it. So I think what they have to do is, Gunn has to pretty much get on one of these platforms and explain to the masses what these titles represent. Because you don't want to do a Kanye and just put things out in vague and don't give no explanation. You got to explain to the public, for who is new to your music, what do these themes represent? What are they about? What are these controversial images represent? And that will give people a better indication on what to expect. So that's my view, and that's my question I want to ask y'all. Do y'all think Westside Gunn and Conway are being blackballed by the music industry based off their content? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.